First Class Trouble is a party social deduction game developed by Invisible Walls and published by Versus Evil.
Available now on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. It's the free PS Plus game for November. We played it on the PS5, and it's just a straight ripoff of Among Us. You know, it's the exact same format. You have androids, or I think they're called personoids in this.
Personoids, yes.
And then you got 2 of those, and you got 4 people, and you're trying to get off a space station, essentially. It's a straight ripoff 3 years later of Among Us.
Only the graphics are better.
Well, let's talk about graphics. So, looking at it, you got 3D models. It's feels a lot like Hitman, only not nearly as polished. But animations, graphics, it's a full 3D modeled version of Among Us. It does look better than Among Us, and that's about all I'm going to say for the graphics. It's very Hitman circa 2011.
I'd agree with that.
It just doesn't impress. It doesn't impress. Nothing wrong.
No.
I didn't run into any graphical glitches, no problems, no bugs, but nothing that I also said, wow, that looks neat.
Yeah. I mean, I had, this is bad, but I've had the most fun in the pre-lobby where you can sling champagne bottles around, like your Chris Brown and whoever else. But you can just knock people out. You can hug them, if that's what you're into. Get them hugs on in the pre-lobby.
And don't forget the sweet drum set and vocals that you can hit.
The music.
Best part of the game was the music.
I know we're not switching to audio yet, but there's a band up there. And yeah, that music, it's got some bangers. I will say that. Absolutely.
Well, you mentioned hugging people. You mentioned smoking people in the back of the head with champagne bottles, and that leads nicely into gameplay, I think. Mm-hmm. Looking at the gameplay of it, it's like I said, you got 2 people that are picked as personoids. You're identifying yourself and the other personoid if you get picked, and your goal is simply to sabotage everything. Stop the guys from progressing and fixing the computer on the ship.
Right.
And try not to get voted off and shot into space or burn yourself alive in a fire like some people did.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, there's no real difference between Among Us. I mean, at the end of I would say each section there's a voting round. You vote on who you think the personoid is. Obviously, if you're the personoid, you're trying to be sneaky and sabotage things to obviously kill the humans that are left. But you got to be sneaky. You do have to watch your surroundings. That's the point of it. If you've played Among Us, you already know what you're getting into. And I think once you die as a personoid, you come back as a vacuum cleaner, which it's what I want to be reincarnated as. And you can suck up debris and shoot it at people. So, I mean, for being a free game, it's not bad. You can have some fun with it, but I think the fun value is going to probably diminish. It's diminishing returns on this one.
The real game starts when you die and turn into a vacuum cleaner, huh?
I guess that's what I'm telling people.
That's right. So there's a couple different skill check mini games. Mostly it's all about timing, and there's a few that require communication where you got to describe a symbol to another guy to get past locked doors, to get key cards, to move through elevators. And every time you get through the elevator, you have a voting session where everybody just has to convince that somebody's the imposter, or in this case, the personoid. And I think we did a couple games, and on one we ended up successfully picking the right personoid because he's the one that picked the other personoid immediately and just called all the attention to himself.
And I wasn't going to have that because I was the other personoid, so he got voted off the island there.
Right. And then you successfully lured us into a few different problems and sabotaged a few things right before I saw you, and then you ran into a fire and killed yourself, which made the game fairly easy.
Yeah, at that point it was game over. Y'all didn't know it yet. Well, you did, but not everybody else. So.
Yeah, and that's the point. Even after the personoids die, you still have to complete some missions, get more oxygen in there, and try to fix the computer. And once that's all done, you get another voting section, and you can decide whether you're safe and all the personoids are gone, or you still have one among you. And in that case, we were good. Ended up winning.
One pro tip, if you ever have 2 personoids playing together and you guys are communicating, you can come up and hug people, and then the other personoid can then kill them. So, but you need to kind of do that in a closet or something, away from prying eyes.
Alternatively, you can do it solo if you have the syringe. but the overdose syringe is in a very public place that everybody can see you pick it up. So it's kind of hard to get away with when they put it right in the middle of the ship and everybody can see it.
You just got to say, nothing to see here, folks. Move along. Move along.
And then stab them in the neck if they say something. Best way to live it. Audio-wise, like we mentioned with the band at the beginning, I did like the soundtrack. I think there were 2 different songs that it had there, and you could play 4 different instruments.
Yeah.
To make a killer song. Outside of that, the sound, nothing stood out. I can't remember a sound effect. I don't remember speech. There's nothing.
I don't think there is any speech that I saw in the game. Yeah, it's nothing. Pretty par for the course.
So it's going to be short, but I'd have to say for free, some people might enjoy it, especially if you liked Among Us. But outside of that, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I'd agree. Anything, if you're paying actual money for this, for me it's a no. But being free on the Sony PlayStation PS Plus, I mean, that's the best price you can get on this. But again, you might have some fun. I think it's gonna wear off pretty quick, and after that, luckily it was a free game, right?
That's right. I didn't waste any money on it. Did waste some time on it. Deleted it already. I never really got into Among Us. First Class Trouble didn't do it for me either, and I don't think I'll ever pick it up again.
No, it's deleted, but it was worth a shot.
That's right. Appreciate PlayStation putting out another free game for us to try out. I always am down to try out a co-op game like this, and it has some competitiveness, but it just didn't grab me.
Well, you don't know until you try it, right? You just don't know.
That's right.
So you get out here, give it a shot,
you keep trying to convince me about things that way, but that's for another video, I guess. That's right. That's First Class Trouble. Feel free to like and subscribe and leave a comment about what game you want to see us review next. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.